Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about Jupiter in Capricorn. This is the second time Jupiter is going into Capricorn. And this section, what I'm going to talk about now, is from 19th of November to 5th of April 2021. And then the third section will be from September 2021 to November. I'll do that section separately. But what to expect from it? Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and I'm talking about Jupiter in Capricorn. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. I was looking at the amount I've posted. At least I post 108 videos a year, and mostly it is more than that. 2 a week or more. And there are tutorial videos as well as other videos too about transits and remedies. And so do remember to subscribe and support me in my journey. Also, I wanted to tell you about my courses. My courses are starting in March 2021. I will make a separate video about it and I'll put it. So do remember to listen to that. So let us talk about Jupiter in Capricorn. So we've already had one section of Jupiter in Capricorn. This happened from end of March 2020 to end of June 2020. So the first time Jupiter just dipped into Capricorn and then it retrograded back. Now, this is the second time Jupiter is going to go into Capricorn. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a playlist of Jupiter and Capricorn and all the different videos I've made so that you can go and listen to the old videos as well. But this one is specifically from 19th of November to 5th of April. And what is happening here is very interesting because Jupiter rushes through all of Capricorn. So with about 5 months, it has done the full Capricorn. It will transit through 3 nakshatras, Uttara, Ashadha, then Shravana, then Dhanishta. And then it will transit out of Capricorn, then it will retrograde back. So at this stage, we are getting the full Capricorn experience, we can say. And then also in this transit, we are going to deal with Jupiter Saturn conjunction. I would say that is the big story of this Jupiter and Capricorn transit. Throughout this transit, Saturn and Jupiter are together. So Saturn will cancel the debilitation of Jupiter. Jupiter in Capricorn is debilitated, and the exact degree of debilitation is 5 degrees of Capricorn. And it is about 6 degrees of Capricorn where Saturn-Jupiter conjunction takes place on 21st of December. I already actually made a separate video about the grand conjunction of Jupiter Saturn, and in the playlist I'll add that as well. I think I made 2 videos on it, how it affects you and the grand conjunction. Now these grand conjunctions of Jupiter Saturn happen once every 20 years. And they will be together, but the exact conjunction, so obviously sometimes it is 3 times, sometimes it is just once. This time there is just one grand conjunction, which is 21st of December 2020. And as soon as Jupiter goes into Capricorn this time, on 19th of November, within a month, it is in exact conjunction with Saturn. Now, so Jupiter debilitated indicates a weakness of Jupiter, and Jupiter is the guru, the advisor. However, Jupiter or the spiritual advice doesn't change. It's just the outer aspects. We can say we have collected karma, we have collected responsibilities that we have to work with, we have to pay back. But we can think that either we are not thinking that clearly, or we are not getting the right advice. So we have to make some special effort to deal with it, to work with it. And as Jupiter-Saturn conjunction last time in Capricorn was in 1960s, and now it is 2020. So 1960s was a major time for change in the world. And if you are old enough to remember it, or if you have seen number of videos and things about all what happened, the transformation, by the time the world reached into 1970, it was a different world out there. Now in the 2020s, when Jupiter is going into Capricorn, this is a very important time again. We are resetting our life, and with all the issues with the pandemic and everything, it is about raising our consciousness, or becoming aware of this new way of being. So I think that is very important to take that. And the exact conjunction, 21st of December. However, although Jupiter debilitation is cancelled by Saturn, that is the rule, that if the lord of the sign where the planet is being debilitated is with it, then the debilitation is cancelled. And I did make a separate videos on debilitated planets, so do check them out. I'll put a link there. But I feel that Jupiter will feel under pressure till the conjunction is over. So you may not feel the positive aspects of the cancellation of debilitation till after Jupiter has moved away from Saturn. Then Jupiter and Saturn are together, but they are not making a clash. And as I said, that Jupiter moves away from Saturn, it moves into a different nakshatra from Saturn, then he moves out of Capricorn totally and doesn't make another conjunction with Saturn. Although when he comes back to Capricorn, Saturn is still there, but by conjunction, I mean a tight conjunction. So this is the bigger story of the Jupiter transit that we are dealing with. So there is a heavy transit. All the planets, 6 planets are going to gather in Capricorn between 9th to 12th of February. With the exception of Mars, which will be in Aries, and Rahu Ketu, everything else will be in Capricorn. And Jupiter at that time is with Venus and in war with Venus. Exact time of that conjunction, and 11th of February, Jupiter-Venus are in war. Jupiter-Venus are the 2 gurus, so they are disagreeing with each other. And therefore, that is one of the important aspects. And if you are Capricorn, or you will obviously have all the planets, but if you are Taurus, Libra, or Sagittarius, Pisces, then this can be a tough transit for you. But the main thing for all of us would be that we are disagreeing on what is right, what is wrong. And as you know, it's very easy to disagree because everybody has their embedded positions, and the 2 gurus fighting in Capricorn, then that is there. And Saturn is there, standing there a little bit away, but like, oh, I am there to make you account for your karma. So just be conscious. Anyway, 9th to 12th of February is very complex, so very imbalanced energy. So take care of it. Then Mercury makes 3 conjunctions with Jupiter. Mercury-Jupiter is usually a nice conjunction. And Mercury will come into Capricorn, then it will retrograde and meet Jupiter, and then go direct and meet Jupiter. The first conjunction of Mercury with Jupiter is on 10th of January, then it will retrograde back on 14th of January, and then finally on 4th of March. So Mercury is hovering around in Capricorn. So Mercury, Jupiter, it is wisdom fighting against intellect. These are not very settled times, whenever these exact transits are taking place, you need to take care. And then finally, the sun combustion of Jupiter that happens once a year. You feel burnt out, and especially if you're Sagittarius, Pisces, you be careful. And the Sun-Jupiter conjunction is on 30th of January. So the interesting aspect of Jupiter going through nakshatras is that it is going to stay about 2 months in each of the nakshatras, and in Dhanishta only 1 month, because the nakshatras are about 13 degrees 20. Uttara, Ashadha, Jupiter only has to go through 10 degrees of it. Then Shravana will be 13 degrees 20, and finally Dhanishta will only be 6 degrees 40. So that completes its transit. Jupiter goes into Uttara Capricorn on 19th of November 20, and then it is there till 6th of January 2021. Then Shravana is 6th of January 2021 to 4th of March 2022, and finally in Dhanishta from 4th of March to 5th of April. All this kind of quick nakshatra transits. This means the underlying quality of Jupiter changes. And the main thing is this, that the Jupiter in Uttara Ashadha will be when Jupiter-Saturn conjunction is taking place. I had actually already made a video of that, and in the playlist I'm going to add that. And then Jupiter will go into Shravana for 2 months approximately, and I will be making separate videos for Shravana as well as for the Dhanishta Nakshatra. So watch out for those. And finally, I think that the most important thing is that when Guru is debilitated in Capricorn and the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction is taking place, that means that we are being aware that the energies are very intense just now, and there are some karmas, some duties that we have to do. Jupiter is being obstructed by Saturn. The Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Capricorn after 60 years. So these are major issues to think about. Now, part of this, I will be making other videos about how it affects you sign by sign, as well as how it affects you, the planets. What is interesting about Jupiter and Capricorn is that even though Jupiter is debilitated, if you have planets in Capricorn, Jupiter is going to be very positive for them. So we have to see how Jupiter is going to impact you. And I'll also keep in mind there that Saturn is there. So how this whole transit is going to impact you. So all the best. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification, and thank you very much.